Chaos963 here doing it again in 3D. So groovy that I dig me. Let's get it together. Get it together. Woo! Lot going on. Listen, thank you for tuning in. Those of you that can see. If you can't see it now, you see it later. Chaos963. Information scrolling across the bottom. Get at me. Get at me here. Get at me there. Get at me everywhere. Chaos963, Cash App, PayPal, Twitter, Facebook, Instant Messaging, Chaos963HZ, Chaos963.com. Hope you're doing well today. If not, change it. Change your day. Change your trajectory. I know I got to give me a decent drinking cup. I got something lined up, ready to go. What can I say? Listen, got some serious word for you on today. Need to get an understanding about a lot of stuff. We walk through this world, and for the most part, we don't have a clue as to what's going on, and that's part of the problem. You know, because regardless whether you know or understand it or not, there are certain laws in place, and you'll abide by them one way or the other. There's levels to the laws, man. They got the city laws. You know, you got to abide by them. They got state laws, county laws. You got to abide by them. Then they have state laws. They have federal laws. Then they got world laws. Then they got universal law, city law, you know, ordinances and whatnot. Don't litter. Then you got your county stuff, you know, you can have to have a license to sell or whatever the county laws might be. And then you got your state issues, which might be, you know, you got to have your driver's license, and you have to have inspections on the car. Or you have to have inspections to build. You can't just go out for the most part and start building, you know, different variations of that. You know, if it's your land, then maybe you can. But there's laws in place. Then after your state, then you have your federal laws, you know, which your highways are governed by them, speed limits, et cetera, et cetera. So into that, we realize that if you break the laws, consequences. Next laws above the federal law, as I was speaking, there's world law. There's a world court. And I'm surprised that ain't nobody really tried to go into the world court on a lot of stuff going on nowadays around here in this country. But there's a world court. That's world The Hague. You know, that's where they try war criminals and whatnot. Crimes against humanity. And boy, they committed some serious crimes against humanity. Anyway. So then after that, you have universal law or spiritual law. And for all we know, the highest law is spiritual law. And what I mean by the highest law, spiritual law, is like if you have a city law or whatever it might be, then they say, well, you can't do, you know, I said parking or whatever that might be. But then they have a county law that would trump the city. So if you have a city law in place, it says that you have to do whatever it is, parking center, but then they have a county law that says, but you can park here on such and such time and such event or whatnot. Then, you know, it trumps that. Then you have your state, and your state trumps the city and the county. So if the city says something that's contrary to the state, then, you know, the city got to get in line. Then they have the federal courts, and the federal trumps all three of them. It gets kind of convoluted because there's a level of sovereignty within the states that at times, you know, can cause friction because the state can could not obey the federal law. Then the feds, they have consequences. Well, we're not going to build your highways. We're going to hold this back. What have you. That's the Reader's Digest version, simpled down, obviously, but pretty much you get the idea. Then, of course, there's the universal law. World law. And the world law says, look, no matter what city, what county, what state, or what country, what federal law you're in up under, there has been an established that a law that, and all of the countries agree with to different levels. They all have treaties and whatnot. And they say, well, this can't be done anywhere, theoretically. And then, so if that law is violated, then you go to the World Court, The Hague, and file complaints. And then there's universal law, which trumps all of them. Slightly different approach, slightly different matter, slightly different way to enact a spiritual law or a universal law against a city or county or state or a country or a world. But Mother Nature has a way of policing and mandating that folk get in line with spiritual law. And if you don't, as I said, with it, there's consequences. We're going to pour some libations and we're going to get to the sensation of all the word that we have today. Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Not like it makes a difference, but I guess, some people, the way things is today, it's all kind of weirded out, but it is Friday. And I am Chaos963, and we are here up under some universal law, and we're going to be dealing with some universal law and making it happen. I'm going to get some of these deities. If I looked at I have a book, it's like this thick, on deities, and it's a phenomenal book, Encyclopedia of Deities, and I encourage folks to try to pick that up. I was saying yesterday, it might be a situation or whatnot that you have, and you want to apply the ultimate universal law, if you will, to that situation. So you can speak to the ancestors and get that energy, get that divine energy working on your behalf. So you have to kind of know the divine energy, and when you do, then you can go to it then and put your petition, request, mandate, demand, depending on your level of authority, and have that energy move on your behalf. And we do it all the time. We've had our memories clouded with the spindali of the powers that be, that would not want us to really understand and tap into it, because it is powerful. I spoke briefly the other day ago about how they had the one time that they had the oil situation, and they were holding back. Folks were literally holding back and praying and keeping the seasons from changing. They were petitioning so hard because they did not want the burden of paying them bills, and literally they implemented some things and had the folk tell the folk, well, no, we're gonna get this oil thing in line, and they start getting some prices reduced and whatnot, and it let up, and folks kind of eased up, and it changed, and the weather changed. And so it was interesting to realize the kind of power that we have into that. I'm trying to get my situation back right here, because I have seriously lost my monitor. Bear with me, please. Bear with me, please. But we're going to pour some libations and get right back to the situation at hand. Wow, what did I do? Okay, not there, there's here, here. Put down, am I still live? That is the question. And I do not know. Yes, it says I'm still live, except I do not have the proof. I've not seen it. I don't know if I'm getting out there or not. Not good. Spirit, I need some help. I need some help. Okay, let's see what the heck. Wow, I don't know what's going on here. What is it? Okay, I think, am I good? Okay. Woo, sorry about that, folks. Don't know what happened. Just probably one too many buttons. So we're going to pour some libation, get some energy up in here with the quickness. Pour some to my mom, bless her. Julia Myrtle Lowe. This is going to be well. Julia Myrtle, Ashe, my father, Dallas Williams, Ashe, my stepdad, Fred, Ashe, my aunt Janice, Ashe, my great-grandma Ava Shani, Ashe, my grandmother, Daddy Lenny, Ashe. You're going to pray into the spirits because you are not winning this one, Pally Pal. Okay. Hello, Petra, Ashe. Ashun, Ashe. Balai, Ashe. Persun, Ashe. Asmodee, Ashe. Zagan, Ashe. Balaam, Ashe. Paimon, Ashe. Ezil, Ashe. Shango, Ashe. Ogun, Ashe. Batala, Ashe. All the gods known and unknown, Ashe. All the ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. Ancestors represented by the folks in the house, known and unknown, Ashe. So then, getting back. Error, your YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Okay. What do you want me to do? Well, I think it's going to be all right. Ooh, they don't want me to put this out. Hallelujah. So we're going to keep going on with the get on, and because if it goes out now, if it goes out later, because it's recording. I always record them straight to the hard drive. So, but it's a little disconnecting here, a little discerning not to be able to see it up there. So what I'm talking about today is the fact that there's energy being put out at all levels, and into that we have to realize and understand that there's the city, the state, I mean the county, the state, et cetera, all the way up to the universal laws. And when you get to that level, That's it, man. You're all the way in there. So it behooves you to know, understand, move in, and exercise your faith, your energy, your knowledge at that level. At that level. Because that's the level that circumvents all the other levels. I don't care what somebody's trying to do in court, or city court, county, state, federal, world. I don't care. If you're tapped in to universal law and getting universal principles and universal energy working on your behalf, you got it. But just like at the city level, there's ways to deal with that. You know, you get the ticket or whatnot at the city level, you gotta, go down there and talk to them folks, or do whatever it is you do. But you have to handle it, because if you don't handle it, then it complicates things, and it's like a plant. It'll grow on you, and before you know it, you have a bench worn out for you, et cetera, et cetera. So you have to deal with it. Well, just like dealing with that, you have to deal with all the levels. And when you talk about universal stuff, you got to deal with that. I saw something funny the other day ago. They got a girl that went viral, and she went into a police commission meeting, and she read these cats the riot act. And while she was in there, one thing she said, she told the police commissioner, you're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to build up. In essence, she said some heaven points, because you done did some vile stuff. And into that, folk need to understand there's consequences. Now, you can work out consequences, depending on how you act and move within the realm of what you believe and what you know to be true. Meaning that you receive forgiveness and whatnot, and depending again what you believe, because what you believe is pretty much how it's going to work for you. If what you believe is whatever, that's what's going to work. So I know that for a fact, in dealing with the lower level stuff, I don't even do that no more, man. I go straight to the top. Straight to the top. Ain't no need to fool around. I told you the other day ago how when I'm driving down the street or something, the police pull up behind me now, I tell them, get off of me. Go around me. Get off of me. I'm doing this in the spirit. I'm at the highest level. I'm at the universal level. I'm at the God level. And get on off of me, man. Quit, move. And man, and interesting enough too, once you do it, it works every time. And I've seen it on all the levels, meaning that when I had experiences in the courts and whatnot, when I first started experiencing the court system, I used to get lumps on my head faster than I could rub them, man. But that's how they get a cat, with ignorance. Folk go up into them courtrooms and say and do first thing you do, and this should be obvious. They say, well, do you have the right to a speedy trial? Would you like to waive that right? Yeah, I waive it. Well, hell no, I'm not waiving that right. Man, I'm not waiving nothing. And that's what some of the stuff that we're going up against right now. Because the bottom line, our rights, our universal rights, our world rights, our federal, our state, our county, our city rights, and when I say else, I mean B1. They're being violated, man. But again, as I said, if you don't know, then you can't. A right is only a right if you inject it, if you move on it. That's not the word I want, but it's only a right if you use it. You got the right to remain silent. And anything you say can and will be used against you. And what's the first thing cats do? They start running their mouth, man. I'm seeing stuff now that just blows me away. Because let me tell you, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing today is simple stuff. And when we was growing up, we was youngsters, we was taught not to do that foolishness. Man, if you get to and they arrest them, just keep your mouth shut. Man, these cats now, they get in there and they get the wah. And I'm like, nah, that ain't, you're not finna young. And it's weird because they get up in court and the police will come and say, well, yeah, he said that he was there, but and next thing you know, yeah, I did say that, but I didn't mean it like that. Well, that's what you said. That's where the Miranda right come from, man. So you can't incriminate yourself. But man, I see cats incriminate. Listen, man, when I was up in the belly of the beast, man, and on my sabbatical, once I start learning and understanding the laws and how they work, man, everybody start coming, hey man, can you help me out with this, help me out with that? And I'll be working with cats, you know, because I hate to see a cat down unnecessarily. Particularly some of them cases, not some, a lot of the cases was bullshit, man. They had stacked up a bunch of stuff, and they do it every time they get in. You get a jaywalking ticket. By the time you get to court, you got a attempt murder charge. You have a attempt murder? I ain't trying to kill nobody. Well, yeah, you're killing them new sneakers, man. Get in the cell, you know. And so cats would come to me, man, and they would say, hey, Pete, can you help me with that? Yeah, I can help you. And I would be reading their stuff, and I'd be like, dude, why did you say that? Well, I was just trying to explain to him that I'm like, man, no, that's not how this works. So you got to know what's going on. Ignorance, as they say, is no excuse. Well, if ignorance is no excuse at this level, believe me, when you dealing in that supernatural level, it's the same thing. Ignorance is no excuse. Ignorance is no excuse. So you best learn a little something. And if you don't know, say you don't know, and invoke the universe, invoke that power to teach you. And it'll lead you to some folks. It'll lead you to people. It'll lead you to books. It'll lead you to just an understanding. Man, a lot of all this stuff I've been doing lately, I wake up in the morning and there it is. I turn over, have my little notepad. I just turn over and start writing. Start writing. And I bring it on. You know, because I say, man, look, I'm not the guy for this. Me? Really? Okay, so when I get it, I just write it down, and I might come down here. I looked up a bunch of stuff today I was going to show. I ain't showing nothing, man. You know, don't be lazy. You look it up. And what I'm talking about here and now is understanding spiritual laws. And into that, there's a factor within spiritual law that you need to know and understand. And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about spells. I'm talking about spells, man. And whether you realize it or not, every day, all day, spells are being cast and spells are being broken. And it behooves you to get an understanding of that so that you can break spells, man. Not only break spells, so that you can cast spells on your behalf. Now, don't get all wigged out and spooky-ooky. Oh, spell. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about power. What's a spell? Here's a spell. I'm the head and not the tail. And when you put that out into the universe like that, your words have power. Your words have power. That's a spell. That's a spell. I'm going to put a spell on you. I remember that old song he was talking about how he was going at baby and whoop-de-whoop and all that. Them is spell. Now, you ain't getting into the deep, intricate, ritualistic stuff, but all of it is about spells and connotations and knowing it, and in knowing it you can invoke things in your life. They say affirm it. You make affirmations every day. I'm the head and everywhere I walk I'm blessed and all that. Man, them are spells, man. You're setting by your words, let me tell you what a spell. That's where they get the word from, spell. When you put them words out like that, when you spell a word, that presents energy and casts a spell in and of itself. It's there. Look it up. Study it. That's one thing Cat need to do. Put a few hours in still, even now, today, and research some stuff. Learn something, man. Every day, if you ain't learning something, you're going backwards, man. You're losing ground. So here we have it. We're talking about spells and spells being broken. What's the verbiage they use today? Generational curses. Come on, man. Use whatever verbiage you want to use, man. Call it what you want. Spells, man. Spells are being put on you. Spells are being broken up. Some of our archangels look a mess, man. Our archangels are so happy when we finally take our asses to bed, they don't know what to do. Because they've been batting and fighting all day, man, trying to keep stuff above you. Because your mouth is so raggedy, man. Dude, people be saying stuff that, man, I know I can't win. I know I'm man, so-and-so, and I ain't never won nothing in my life, man. And man, I know I'm finna get pulled over, man. Here they got the lie. Man, look, man, this girl, man, I'm gonna have a problem with this dude, because he's always messing with me about something, man. And, here we go here. I hate driving through this neighborhood, man, because every time I drive through this neighborhood, I end up running into the police. So, man, now I gotta go with this raggedy car. Every time I drive this car, I be running out of gas, man. Oh, man, I got to go by my cousin's house. And I hate going by there because they always over there getting high and tripping. Always wanting me to get high. I'll be having to have confrontations with her. Oh, man, my girl, one of these days, man, I'm a bust her in her mouth, man. I'm tired of her talking to me like that. Next time she say something to me, I'm going to bust her in her mouth. I'm dealing with these birds up in the penitentiary, man. I'm saying, so what are you here for? I busted her in the mouth. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't really want to. I had no time. Yeah, you did. And you've been casting a spell on yourself and giving that thing energy until you did that. Next time that rat nigga say something to me, I'm gonna shoot that nigga. I'm gonna shoot him, man. Okay? Okay? Man, this thing is on, man. And you are participating whether you want to or not. Because there's laws that govern all of this. So if you're here in your earth suit, then whether you say it or not, believe it or not, understand it or not, you are participating in this event. That's why these people, man, with this government can put this stuff out, man, and the next thing you know, right, tripping, they were talking about, oh man, in the black neighborhood, the HIV is running wild and whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, wow, really? That tripped me out, man, because you know what? Folk don't be all with the wild, wild west up in there, man, like they try to make it seem. Now I understand, yeah, folks is getting their bang and swerve on and whatnot, but it ain't like what they was making it sound like. And I thought, you know what? They say that, and when you repeat it, you give it energy. They using our energy against us, have been, and will continue until we dummy up and put it back. No, man, no. No, we ain't catching no AIDS or no Rona or no nothing else. We get the information, the knowledge, the understanding, but we don't always see it like we need to see it. They tell you in church, bind that spirit up, bind it up. Well, does that work better for you if I say it like that? You need to bind up some spirits. You need to cast out some spirits. Does that work? Because that's what you need to be doing. And you need to stop cursing yourselves. Man, our family done had some problems. And then they say stuff on the news, and we just write it down and take it right to the hood. And go, man, black on black crime is the what? Man, there's more dope and whatnot in the black neighborhood. And I remember when they were talking about the cocaine thing, man. They said, yeah, cocaine, this, that, and other is ravaging the neighborhood. Man, they couldn't even afford cocaine then before the crack thing come along. But they were saying that. And they said, well, they be drinking more of it, and I'll be drunk, neighbor. Well, you come in our neighborhood and put a liquor store on every corner. I remember the first time I went to Chicago, man, every corner, man. Every other corner was a liquor store, and in between there was a church. And we know how the church be working. Church had you so bound up and fearful you can't move. And if you don't get right, the devil's gonna get you. I'm like, wow, man, I'm probably God already. I used to listen to the cats praying in church. I used to like, this is incredible. This is incredible. They prayed the problem and never the victory or the solution. I've been all week. I've been having problems with my arthritis, and now I'm like, wow, man, you are straight depressing me. To start with, it ain't your arthritis. You borrowing it, and you need to give it back. Well, I've been mad, and the kids, they just running me crazy. They getting on my last nerve. Okay, well, let me write that down and shoot that straight on up as your request to the universe. Kids on last nerve. We doing it, man, and right now we can stop. And I don't know, man. I don't even fake with that stuff. But you need to stop if you're doing that. And turn that around right now. right now. And the power's in you to do it. The battle's in your mind. In the Kabbalah, the Hermes Trismegistus, they said that the mind is all and the universe is mental. So the mind is all. So what are you saying, man? What I'm saying is get a grip control of this mind thing. Reprogram it and start playing the right program and watch what happens. But if you constantly talking about woe is me, pour me another drink, well, you finna be drunk. You got to start taking control of this mind. Check this out. It's going to come. What's going to come? The negative is going to come. What do? You bind it up. You cast it out. You reverse engineer it. You stop it. You come against it. You beat it. Man, I feel up. No. I'm not playing that. Man, you know, I never, no, we're not finna say that. And so, man, you just by saying it, yeah, just by saying it, you can turn that ship around, man. Everything that you see here and interact with started with a word, a voice, vibrations. Everything. Look at it, man. Look at Genesis. You want to go to biblical? Look at Genesis. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And God said. And when he said it, it was. And saw that it was good. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. I'm God. I'm the representation of him right here. And God said, let my pockets be full and fat and running over. Man, that's what I'm talking about. But you can't say, man, I'm always broke. Man, here come the weekend and I ain't got no money. Man, as soon as I get my check, it's gone. Man, it seems like I lose more money than I get. Man, I must got a hole in my pocket. Man, my car always be drinking up all the gas. Man, I can't afford these scooters. This food costs so much. Man, these people, come on, man. Look at what you're saying. Look at what you're saying. Hear what you're saying. Understand what you're saying. And get your words to line up with what you want, not what you're dealing with. Pray what you want, not what you got. There's a victory in there. Call the victory. Call the victory. I like Paul said, I call those things that are not as though they are. That's me, baby. Huh? I call those things that are not as though they are. Man, when I went up to the penitentiary, I had life sentences, Jack, fed and state. I told them cats, I'm going home in a couple of years. Hold on. I said, man, I'm going home in a couple of years. You know what they said? They said, homie, and look, here's the important part, because them cats up there, man, especially them youngsters they come in strapped with them big L's, man. They got little L's and big L's. Life sense, L, life. And them cats get up in there and they be in there a year or so, 2 years, and they just be playing, all their buddies is up there. And they penitentiary's fun. You know, you hanging out with your friends, you learn how to be a convict or inmate. That's what they are today, inmates. Ain't no convicts no more. And they running around, ripping and running and doing what they doing. And I'm telling you, boy, they just having a ball. You know, mom and dad sending them a couple twos and fews. They going to the canteen and buying some Zuzus and Wham Whams. You know, getting a little high on the weekend, maybe during the week, you know, hanging out, doing the thing, you know. All of a sudden the cats were like, I ain't never going home. Whoa! I ain't ever going home again. Man, when that reality hit, boy, it would be over. I never said that. I never said I ain't never going home. I used to say I'm going home in a couple of years. I think I started saying I'm going home in 3 years, because that's about the time it takes for their pills and whatnot. I'm going home in 3 years. And I kept saying that. First they laughed, you know, hold on. First they... And then I started putting emotions in. I wasn't out there in the yard playing and carrying on. I was in the law library. I was learning the stuff, and I'm like, and I got my transcripts, man, and I'm looking at that, and I realized, man, this cat threw me under the bus, my lawyer. Okay, so the fight's on. Ineffective counsel. I'm going through it, man. I'm looking at it. I'm finna make this thing happen, right? All of a sudden, I realize, oh, they got a thing 35B. It's a motion for reduction of sentence. Let me see if I can find me one of them. I put that joint in, boom, got it reduced. I said, oh, okay. Now my faith is building up. See, when I first come up in there, I didn't have enough energy, enough faith, enough juice to immediately make it happen. But over time, man, I start building and getting that will going because I'm going to win. I'm getting this will going. I can't lose. I can't lose. I got a reduction sentence. I started looking at ways and figuring stuff out. I did a little better than 10, but you know what? I didn't do life. Y'all got some victories, man. But ain't nothing going to come until you line up with the spiritual law that implements the things in your life that you want and need. Until you stop casting a spell on yourself, start breaking the spells that other folks is trying to cast on you, and start moving in the power, the authority that you have, that you are. Spells ain't where they sit up there with some eye of newt, some bat wings and shit, you know. It's sprinkling in there, you know, smoke coming all up. But then someone be tripping like that thing. I'm sure somewhere somebody got some eye of newt and some bat wing. I wonder what eye of newt is anyway. No, spells is that simple shit. That simple shit that they get you to say, man, they gonna vaccinate us, man. Man, they gonna keep us locked up till such and such. You are empowering these things. You need to stop that. You need to say what you want, not what you got. You need to confess and move your energy along the lines of victory, not the defeat. You need to continue to break up all the generational curses, all the generational bondage that's in your family, in your life. You need to continue to work on yourself and break up that mess that's up in you. You need to start from the rooter to the tutor. You need to start moving up your chakras, man, and start cleansing them joints out and open them up and receive from the universal court. You need to go right to that court and demand what you have coming, because it's yours. Can you imagine you go out and you finna get in your whip, right? And some cat is sitting in your car that you don't know? Man, how did you get in my car? I was open, bro. Really? Who are you, man? Oh man, I'm a spell. Well, you need to spell your ass about my car. No, I'm gonna be here for a minute, man. Really? How long you gonna talk to this dude, man? How long you gonna continue to let these folks rip and run through your life, man? You would tell that dude, man, hey, listen, if you don't get out of my car right now, however you deal with it, that's cool. Some of y'all might put hands on that cat. Some of y'all might put knots on his head faster than he can rub them. Some of y'all might go get the strap and come back, and some of y'all might go in the house and call the police. But you finna do something to make your rights line up with the situation. My rights is, you can't impinge on my rights. You can't possess my property without my permission. Man, and they violating the cat every day. But it gotta stop, man. But folks are, well, man, when we gonna get strapped up. Okay, let me know how that works out for you. I seen a gun on YouTube the other day ago. Man, this thing shot bullets dang near this big. Take 2 men, and it was just tearing blah 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 blah. I said, woo! Then they got the other thing. They got sound waves and all. Man, come on. Listen, man, there was one country, one group of folks that stopped the colonialism of their country, and that was Haiti. And look at how they did it. You want to research that. Listen, you come out of the door and somebody's sitting in your car. You not, I'm, when when you finally come back to your mind, because you're going to lose your mind for a second, your car, oh, you're sitting behind the wheel, really? Is that my car? That is my car. Yeah, that's my car. Man, you don't get up out of my, wait right there, pal. I got some mayonnaise and mustard for you. You wait right there. It's so interesting to me how, for something, pardon me, we can be so strong and just about ours, you know. And then other things we just like sleep at the wheel, man. You got birthrights, you got city, you got county, you got state, you got federal, you got world, and you got universal rights. But it ain't a right unless you invoke it. That was the word I wanted. It ain't your right unless you invoke it. If you come out and dude's sitting up in your car and you just, okay, well, all right. He gonna be sitting there. Matter of fact, he gonna say, let me get them keys up off of you, man. Let me get them keys up off you. I ain't gonna take it around the block. They say give him an inch to take a mile. Man, they got to stop. You got to know and understand who you are, man. As the spells continue to be cast on you, you're going to continue to break them. And you're going to continue to put spells out there of your own. I am the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I walk in divine health. I'm healthy from head to toe. I am prosperous in all my things. Everything I touch turns to gold. I am blessed and highly favored. Man, you got to put it out there. Because if not, they put a spell on you. They put a spell on you. That's what that song said. Come on, man. It's going to be one or the other. One or the other. If you ain't leading, you following somebody. You following somebody. If you're not taking authority over this thing, then in some way it's taking authority over you. And it's so subtle, man. I'll be like, man, don't y'all, I don't know, ain't nobody else notice what's going on here. Let me tell you a story, man. I'm going to be out of here. You know, I try to be short. I'm up there in the joint, right? And they handed out a flyer, right? And put out on there. Everything they do up there, they give you a notice. They have to give you a notice, right? They say, well, we're going to come in and we're going to beat y'all's butt on the 23rd, you know. So they put up a notice, said that we finna take all the cigarettes. Ain't going to be no more smoking. Now, I don't smoke. But them cats smoke like a broke stove. And I'm saying, that ain't gonna work. You know, they finna tear this joint up. Let me tell you what I learned with that. And it's the same strategy. Their strategy ain't even new, pal. They doing the same stuff. They give you a little teasing and they see how that, oh, okay, oh, that wasn't too bad. Man, this thing did this joint again, man. We're not finna keep doing this. How you do that, man? So you got this monitor, right? So you can watch everything that's happening, all your stats and volumes and levels and whatnot. And you know, I got the mouse and I'm working the mouse and I hit the mouse and it hit something and it's on a whole new screen now, man. They trying to have me give you this, pal. This stuff here, boy. There we go. So where was I? Man, I lost my train of thought. Where did my train of thought? I got my train of thought. I have not lost. There it is already. You see that? I have not lost my train of thought. So I was telling you about, well, it'll come back to me. We win. Let's start winning. Oh, man, that was a good analogy, too, man. If any of y'all see my analogy out there anywhere, send it back. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Listen, Chaos963, doing it to you in 3D. Super Groover, and I dig me. I'll find out what it was I'm finna tell you, and I'll tell you tomorrow. Win your battle, man. From the bottom to the top, from the city to the universe. Win your battle. Win your battle. Thank you for listening. Hit me up. You know all my stuff down here. Your feedback. And with that, I'm